Okay, we have Steve. Steve San, right? Steve San, so this is Tamashiro-san, and let's say he's joined our dojo now. We're going to do today more bojitsu. So we use warming up exercises, and we use shiromatsu no kon for warming up, and then we're going to take a look at shushi no kon. Within Matsubashiru, really within the Yamaniru lineage, obviously Matsubashiru we have shiromatsu no kon. Really like the first oldest shushi no kon. Maybe shushi no kon, maybe one of the older kata. What's really interesting is that shushi no kon wa daitai kono hen kara kimashita. So Sogenji, we're right on the street on Sogenji Dori, Sogenji Street. Sogenji is this temple. Actually, there's no temple there anymore, but we still have the walls and the site of the temple. It used to be the Chinese Buddhist temple, and there used to be a community of Chinese speakers around there. And according to the history, there was a Mr. Shushi, Shu-san, right? And Shushi no kon is the bojitsu that he taught. Shushi to you kata wa, so yeah, we have kind of actually a very close geographical connection to this Shushi no kon. Chō no kon wa. Yeah. Good. All right. So we're going to go through, and we'll start actually doing one with the bow too. So grab your bow. Warming up to okay, so the warming up that into the issue, space like okay. はい、じゃあ、ですね、はい、こちらにね、お願いします。OK、じゃあ、まず、持ち方で、1、2、so just changing hand grip on the bow, 2/3 grip, 3/3 grip. 4, 1, 8, 2. Okay, good. And from here, we're going to change stance. So let's get that stance change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Right, good, okay. Okay, next sliding hand change. So we're going to slide and bring the hands up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So when we slide now, continue. Change, continue. Okay. Change, continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Okay, we're going to work into a stance, so we're going to go Kisuchi, slide change, Kisuchi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 1、10、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10. Here, thrust, pull back. Okay, so thrust, pull back. Pitch, knee, 3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。はい、and change. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10. Slight change, thrust, extend and come back. Slight change, thrust, long, come back. So make sure you have this next side, okay? You choose the right angle. Okay? Yeah. We slight change, try to control. こう、平行ね。平行をしていきます。change、平行。はい。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。Slide the ball through the sheet, né? Want to keep it straight. So, yeah. This hand, この手はだいたいこうやってあんまりいけない動きなので、こうして伸ばしてそしていきます。この手はこの B の形にね、B の形作りますから、この手はね、こうなりますよ。だから入ります。入りますよ。で、こう。When we're extending, sliding, yeah, here, right? I'm gonna just kind of insert my knuckle into there, right? So that's how they fit together. And I'm balancing the ball underneath. Yeah, here, something like this. Yeah. I want to keep that. Extending, pulling, extending, pulling. Yep. Okay. You just start it on the left. Okay. So 1, 2, 7, 4. Okay. Pointing. This hand, push, extend, push, extend, put it up back. This one, push, and forward. Push, and push. And all the way. Open the legs, and then forward. Like that, forward. Let's see if I can shooting a gun, right? Shooting a gun. Yeah, this one's moving, then the cast at the time, right? This one stays a little bit tense. Yeah. And here, knee, snap, cheek, walk. Then. What is it? Oh, then it's stuff. Okay, Jan, moving on to the next exercise. Okay, we're going to slide up to the side, pivot, change hands above and to the side. So pivot, change, side. Change grip, side. Change grip, side. Pitch, knee, side, sheep, walk, rope, switch, touch, cue, cue, pitch, knee, side, sheep, walk, rope, switch, touch, cue, cue. 자, 今度前にね、1、2、3、4、5、6、逆、7、8、9、10、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。少し2人組んで、we're just going to run through the pair work. So, Steve, you can work one side of the pair and then the other side of the pair. We'll just do this for 5 minutes as a warm up. Okay, so we're going to go. Okay, so構えて、はい、お互いに手すし、私前に来るね、下段しで、下段、ドライでやって、下段。もう一回前に来るから、はい、5、3、ね。はい、1、2、3、はい。1、2、3、1、3、OK。こういうします。どうぞ。Okay, so the combination. Kesuchi. Then barai. Kesuchi. Kesuchi. Jodan. Move in. Then barai. Again. Kesuchi. And then pull back for kaki. Full break is. Maybe, yeah. Next question, that's it. Yeah, so just saying to you guys here, so to Shimabukudo-san, who's obviously the less experienced of the two there, try and put more hip into the movements. So that's not that like, it's actually just, again, to relax a bit. So that his hip movement relaxes, he's moving from his hips, and that's transmitting to the core. So in particular, when he's getting to a point of impact, and just like when we're doing in our karate, right? You know, we don't want to put like the kime in at the end of the movement. We'll do the same thing with both. You notice about Tamashiro-san is that he's got a much looser style, much more relaxed, looser style, particularly around his midsection. He's kind of throwing the bow, as opposed to the bow being sort of this like a beam, you know, kind of like attached to two stiff arms. You know, he's throwing the bow, right? He's throwing it, throwing it. Yeah, that's the kind of feeling when you get. You also see that his grip gets a lot narrower as well, right? More comfortable with the bow moving under its own momentum. Right? So obviously, the further your grip is apart, the less likely, the less comfortable you are with the bow moving under its own momentum. Right? So basically, you're working against the bow. But as you get more comfortable with it, your grip's going to become smaller, so that the bow, you start to just let the bow work with its own momentum. Right? So you see, it's kind of one of the major differences between these two guys.
の先生は攻撃してる。本当に頭、一個上から上げてくるから、もう、絶対この方が熱いから。
ちょっと、内身、we can look at the principle 内身。ここも内身、こうしないで、こうもしないで、こう内身。I want this kind of positive pressure, almost like sticking to the bow. Because if I'm here, yeah, let's say he comes in and rushes in, I can still feel, can do the shot. If he pulls back, so if I have this stickiness, if he pulls back, keep them all. That's enough so that he can't get the stabbing line through, right? Whereas if I'm like, he pulls back, gets the line. So it's pressure that could all onto you. It's just a good yeah, just pushing this little pressure. As soon as he comes to strike, it's like we want to have pressure so that when he moves, I go where he's going to go. I feel here, I can use his pressure to move.
Something that山根が黄色なんです。山根がこんな感じのイメージで。イメージでもうストレート。これがこっちの長かったところで、3点はどっちかというと、こういう感じで山根の君が
So what Yamashiro-san is talking about there is that Yamanigu has this sort of this snapping motion where the snapping and coming back to the natural position. So that's avoiding, although when they're doing the solo work, the bow is going down near the ground and back up again, right? But it's not like the power is stopping there, right? So the bow is not cutting down and stopping, right? It's back to natural position all the time. They're trying to minimize the amount that it goes away from that central kind of natural garbage, right? Where you essentially put the bow in front of you, protecting you. So. In the case of that high kakyuke, it's kakyuke, but you keep that center line so you can strike afterwards, right? So kakyuke clears the line, and then you can strike through. Saying the mechanic is just like karate, right? We have that extending hand and that pulling hand, right? So the seiken ski, for example, so this one is, the front one is steering, the rear one is actually putting the power and the snap into the strike. The front one is steering, but this one is putting the energy into the other end. So the point of impact is when there's two hands working together at that point of impact.
ですね。これをスクールでいいです。をやると、インパクトがバットみたいに、こんな力で押していくの。こういう筋肉じゃなくて、視点がない。
Talking about that compact way of using kakucha. So pulling the bow just off enough to deflect, but then straight back in. You'll notice that they have, particularly Yamaniru has this characteristic of pulling the bow right back. So that actually, what's left protruding at the front is very, very short. But that means small movement, and then you've got a lot to thrust through. Okay, we're going to take a 1 minute water break. Hey. Okay, right, back on the floor. We're going to just run through shiromatsu from kata. It's kind of like just a warm-up revision. Shiromatsu from shiromatsu from. You're right. 3、4、5、6、はい。はい。はい。はい。
の練習する手前ですか、欲望がなかったんだ。
OK。はい。もう一度ね。はい。よい。これでもね、受け準備ですね。はい。右から、はい、丸切って、1、2、で、選ぶ。はい。はい。turn。受け、はい。1、ここから少しフェイントね、下に。フェイントをまた上。逆。1、2、3。はい。前。はい。西。逆。前に。また。集計。上段。下段。はい。はい。前。turn。スイート。はい。はい。最後の受け。で、もう一度、one more time。ちょっと。Steve, we're going to run this one more time. はい。じゃあ、白松のコン。はい。おい。1、から1、2、下段、そして3、行って、先行け、4、turn、行け、5、6、7、8、stand up, stance. Okay, go through the whole combination. Cue. Right, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. And see. Hey. Two. Turn. Okay. Hi. Continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 9. Right. Good. Turn. Okay. Hi. Uchi. Yaku uchi. 1, 2, 3. Hi. Nagashuke. Hi. Continue. H. Hi. Hey. 戻って、次まで。H. Turn. はい。はい。191。はい。なので、はい。はい。Okay, good. Steve looking good there. そうですね。この中について何か質問ありますか？はい。あ、フェイクね。はい。ここから、これが嘘のゲラン2の私が習ったのは、ね、ここから、これが瞬間ですけどね、もちろんずっとこっちに立ってないけど、瞬間ね、これ、フェイント、ゲランに5を下げるため、そして上から、 腰を、そうそう、こう、腰ちょっと入れて、はい。So this move here, up here, use the hip, push forward, yeah, but then the hip comes back. Forward. So then we need the combination continues that, so we're like, bitch, knees, I mean, shoot. Really, we should try and do this as one combination. The tricky bit in the combination is this here. This is the tricky bit, right? Because if we don't change our hands, so we need to change and put you there. Change right hand. So if I'm here, right? I reach, I hit, I can reach that, but then I miss. From hand change, I miss. Here, miss. Right? So I need to change my hand. A little bit from here, yeah. I need to make this longer with this. And this longer. Now this one longer. Put you there. Yeah. Yeah, gotta get those hand changes right, so we can finish during the combination. Ta-da! Oh! Wow, 誰でも練習でもちろんスピードは入れることができるけど、当たるかどうか、それが、そういう質問を自分で。だから、例えば、約束組語をやるでしょ。約束組語ね。で、下から来るでしょ。ガル。こうでしょ。1、2、届くかどうか、ね。こういう練習しないといけない。手間にいるは、もっと。もう、かなりね。かなり伸ばしてますよ。手はもうこっちに。じゃあ、週末の方は、私なら、なんか、総合型っていうのは、いろいろ入って、例えば、徳峰のコン。徳峰のコンは、キャン先生の型でしたね。そう、徳峰のコンは、キャン聖徳棒型。そう。徳峰のコン見たら、やっぱり週末のコンは徳峰の部分入ってますよ。多分、それが主なインストレーションかもしれないけど、でも、ちょっと他の方と似てるところもありますね。だから、週末のコンは、なんか現代型ですよね。キアン・シンエ先生が作ったかもしれない。ね、戦争の後。So, yeah, so shiromatsu no kon is like, it's a good kind of, it's a general kata, right? It was made, it's actually a relatively recent creation, and it takes parts from the older classical kata like Tokimine no kon, and even shushi no kon. And that's why we're going to take a look at shushi no kon today. So when we think about, so for our system, yeah, matsubashi, so shiromatsu no kon is the matsubashi ru kata, but like I said, it takes from other kata. One of the classic kata to learn is shushi no kon, right? So, and the closest that we have to a system is Yamanabi. Shushi no kon. So I'm gonna let Tamashiro-san take us through shushi no kon, and I'll do a little bit of translation as we go along.
基本的な考え方。基本的にスタイル、このスタイルで、エレベーターのように、
The way we start is to have both to the side and slide down and kind of pick up the boat. The grip is light.
全部で使わない。
Don't grip with all the fingers.
一番この小指をかけていく。
Actually, just gripping with the little fingers, little finger and the fourth and the fourth finger. And slide the bow forward. Feel like we're cutting the opponent down. This should feel like cutting with a sword. Kesagiri, the sword cut, shoulder cut.
で、砂をこう後ろにかける。で、後ろ、このやり方は、ちょっと後ろにかけるから、このまま、タンタン。で、回転。
Fast combination, the bow gets backwards and forwards again.
常に棒を回転させて練習。
And we drill the bow forward, that screwing motion again.
体をできる。
We'll keep the bow close to the body, do the lower sweep and thrust. Change direction. Keep the bow in front of the body. Kind of hide the body behind the bow. The idea is that the opponent's hit will hit the bow and slide down so that you can see his lower hand is open, so the fingers don't get pulled. And then use the hip to pull back and step forward and strike with another down cut. Turn to the opposite diagonal. Outer block and lower sweep. Then 3 forward downward cuts. That upper high kind of stabbing motion again. The traditional explanation there is that you're bending off someone who's attacking from a horse from a mount position. So there's a high strike up to the mounted person and then down to the ground. And sweep the bow up, and holding it close to the body and tucking it under the chin, right on our center line. Dropping the body down. And we slide the bow back and then pull it backwards. In that position, slide across into first foot position, strong strike laterally across and then so, go ahead and getting a look at the what's got the relationship.
日本の持ち方が3点で持ち方。手だけで持たない。
So actually, you want to hold the bow 3 points, right? The body in 2 hands.
で、
Keep the bow close to the body, like on the body.
で、その持ったとしても、必ずどっかに密着させて、常に3点で持てる。最初の場合も1点、2点、3点。
Always looking for 3 points of contact.
常に3点。で、はい。で、基本は真ん中 て持ちます。理由が
Basically, we're holding in the middle of it.
3.5で、今度、返すときに、自分が上段、3.5とするんです。で、上段するときに、体を回すんですけど、こう、体を。山根は、真ん中を持ち上げる。こうやって反動できる。体は、こう、棒だけで、
So that gripping position allows us to do a quick flip, right? So I almost double hit from the same body position, right? I need to step again.
この構えが、これで素振りやってみます。
So let's just practice that move.
この素振りがちょっと難しくて、そのまま振ると体に当たります。
If you just flip it down, you're likely to hit yourself with the other end of the ball.
なので、腰の回転が絶対必要になるのと、この左手を引いたというポジションが、
You need to be moving the hips, turning the hips. Facilitate that through the pulling the hikite down to the hip.
常にこの口に収まってくる。
Bring that hand down to the hip.
当たると痛いんで、回せてない。手の使い方です。で、手をこんなふうに使います。この使い方が、棒を振る。
So that's the punching.
こんなふうに棒を振るときに、このイメージをやらないです。ここから下に。
Right, so we should have a feeling of like the stick there. Setting down and cutting through rather than just throwing forward. Down and cutting through. Down and cutting through.
で、肘がストッパーになるんで、ここに腰を越えて、決めると、こんな感じになります。で、もう一個が特徴的な抜き。
So that's striking. Now we have nuki. There's a nuki.
抜きをやっぱり体から極力離さない棒。来られたらダメなんで、棒をできる近くに入れて、平行移動するんです。平行移動して平行にする。考え方は、ベルトの高さと棒の高さを絞れています。だから、常に下がってもダメ、上がってもダメ。上がってもダメ。棒とベルトは平行に。
So keeping the bow and the belt parallel. So the bow is not exactly on the belt, but it's just parallel above, so that we keep the bow in a parallel line with our belt.
最後に必ず抜く。
And then at the end, we want to do that twisting movement right over the bow.
で、練習するときもそうですし、で実際に使うときもそうなんですけど、棒の摩擦ね、持ち続けると摩擦が来るので、必ず棒は常に回転させ続けて同じ位置をつかまない。もう常に回していく。70度は絶対つかまない。常に回して、持ち続ける位置を常に変えていく。だから、イメージは抜きました。今戻すんじゃなくて、抜いたらちょっと持ち手を返していく。これがテクニック。
So there's a sort of nuance in there which we can see. What we're saying is, you think that thrust it forward and then bring it back. And the hand position is not changing on the bow. We're actually saying that when you come back, we'll just allow the bow to move in the hands. So there. It's kind of loose when it's coming back in the hand, so that the hands are actually moving to a slightly different position. Around it.
ギュッという噛み方はしない。こういうのをかけた状態で、
So that's why we're not really like gripping with all the fingers and the thumb. It's kind of a loose hold, and we're gripping and controlling with the small fingers, maybe the small finger and the ring finger and the thumb. So we're not gripping those in.
特徴は、打つとはですね、全部切り倒す。で、打つっていう技術があるんですけど、打つは、切るとは違う使い方。打つっていうのは、基本的に相手の方をポンと飛ばせるという、自分でこれをセーブしてくれる。これが打つ。それから、手さ打ちじゃない、手さ切り。手さ切り、全部手さ切り。全部右に。で、これが打つ。切るのはこっちまで全体に。
Dropping kiss and hits. It should be executed like you're cutting through, going all the way through. And naturally the ball come back up again. So rather than stop the ball at say waist level, yeah, we want to get the ball to come through like it's cutting all the way through a person and then coming back. Okay, so another distinctive characteristic is this stance, this ready stance, where you're holding the bow up and pointing the end at the face of the opponent. So they're seeing the end of your bow. Yeah. You're not leaving them space to come through. Stay relaxed for as much of the movement time as you can. There's a tension just at the end of the movement when we're hitting. Otherwise, try to relax as much as and therefore be able to use the body to make additional leverage. So leveraging off the shoulder, like using the body as an additional leverage. So the front hand, we're throwing this kesagi. The front hand is guiding, the rear hand is imparting the power and the snap, along with the body movements. turning the body to the side because we want to get the hip out of the way. We don't hit ourselves with our bow. Those really are the basic points of the Yamanayu. So let's try. We're going to walk through shushi no kon now. Good.
最初に棒を下につけた状態で手のひらを合わせます。合わせた状態で
Okay, so the hands over the front of the bow.
膝を曲げて取ります。
Bend the knees.
掴むと同時
Slide
に
the hand down the bow.
上がるのと同時に手がスライドして
Step up with the bow.
この時に極力脇は開けない。脇を締めた状態で
So we want to keep the kind of the armpit closed. Keep the elbow back as you come up.
この肩にかけます。
Take a step back right.
した状態。
Pin the bow up on the shoulder.
このまま
Neck
前
rushing.
にさギリします。次は馬に人が乗っている人を聞きたいので、
Put a spine stab like to the horse.
次は後ろに砂をかけ
Then we're going to take the sand and flick it behind us.
で、後ろに回った腰をそのまま前にぶつけていく。
There. Just drive forward, twisting the hips.
で、左足を引きながら腰を回していく。
Pull back, left foot, hip, to the
で、その下段、払い。
step forward into the elbow.
で、下段です。
Get out.
下段
Knee.
ちょっと止まっていくとかそうなんです。で、次が、これがどうか。
Yeah. Yeah, turn, again.
この棒の中にかけて、
Behind the bow or behind the line of the bow.
小さくコンパクトに重ねがついていって、
Go up really close, nice the body up to the shoulder. And
斜め45度に
also going to go to the front corner. Slide in, start,
前に3回。
back
こ
to
の
the
時に
showman
立た
front
ない
line.
で、立ったら力が抜けるんで、立たない状態で腰をひねりながら、
We don't want to like stand up. We're going to keep
次のそので、
through, step,
もう一回。
feet together, slide down.
もう一回、馬にいる人と、今度は馬にいる人と、この上の人を同時に引くことによって、上を向きます。
Cross, stand up to the
この
horse.
下に思いっきり引きますから着地させて、この斜めになって腰を一気に下に起こします。
And down and stab to the opposite side.
そして、この人を行ってますね。あ、はい。これで下段を払うんですけど、自分の体の中心に棒を置きながら、
Around up on our center line.
次が、この右手に刀のようにこの棒を収めます。スライドさせて
Slide the ball back like we were putting it a katana back into the sheath. So we're sliding that ball back into our right hand.
この時に腰を引かない。腰が入った状態をキープして、この爆発力を最後に男3人泣き倒せるつもり。はい、この状態をキープしながら右に
Keep that low position. Step it
足がついたら、
and as we land, roll and hit the elbow.
で、前足を出して、自
Forward
分
with
の
the right leg.
前にドラム缶があるイメージをこう回しながら、
Go upright and slide around like you were going around the outside of the barrel. And then step up. Right.
実際にはさっきのこの最終のこの方の一番のポイントが最後のこので、その時のスピードと、実際、ここから音が鳴るんですけど、自分で練習するときは、この音が短くなるまで。ここになるまで振り続けない。
So that last natural strike is the one to really focus on maximizing the speed and the timing, right? Like cutting the wind. You really want to like hear it and feel it cut through the air, right, for that last big lateral strike.
ここが見せ場なんで、ついてやって、ここから相手の中心線を通していくんで、体を下げて腰を注入しながら回していく。この筋肉。からこうしていきます。相手の中心線に。で、相手で本来やればそうなっていく。だけども、この練習では、だったら、
So this pull here is you're clearing their bow out, so you've got space to hit them through the lateral.
収める。で、収める時のポイントが、収めたら腰を引かない。この時に、この左手で腰を押す。プラス、この棒がまっすぐになるように、テクニックとして左手棒を押さえる。こういうのは、これもここをまっすぐするために、左手で押します。
So you want to hold that bow parallel to the ground, right? And the way you do that is there's too much tension if you're lifting the bow up, right? So just resting the left hand, open left hand on the bow.
で、
Tucked in next to your hip.
きちんと体重移動をしつつ、側頭で落
So
とし
it's
て、
really connected to your hip.
左足がついたのがスイッチ。これがスイッチで、
As you land that left foot, then that movement transfers through the body.
これがスイッチ。で、棒を振ったら、これはダメ。
We don't want the bow to fly off any wider. It's going to stop. It's going to stop there.
ここの使い方は、内半身の使い方に似ている。このつもりです。
So this body dynamic is just the same as my hanchi kata. And we're moving across and then using the hip, dropping it, right?
この引き手使うと、手だけで振ると、こんな感じで、体から手だけで振ると結構振れない。これを、自分の正面にできたらいいんですけど、1人じゃなくて3名いるのか、1、2、3、到達してのここ。だから、ここを通すまでスピードを落としてはいけない。なんで、
Okay, so it should feel like you're generating enough energy to cut through 3 people. There's enough movement. There's enough movement there and energy. Like imagine if you had a blade, you would cut through 3 people. That's the feeling, right? Standing up.
空手のテクニックを全部使えるんで、引き手、内半身。
Using all of our basic karate techniques, right? The hikite, the hanchi stances, and moving. Let's try it again. Run the kata again.
最初にスライドして、膝を曲げてスライドして、棒を掴む。エレベーターのように左手を上げながら、脇は上げないで。キャッチしたら、肩に小さく。この時は棒をぶれさせない。常に前に相手がいる。 その顔を見ながら。
Imagine now the opponents in front of us there. We're having to keep the
な
guard
の
there.
で、これは
We don't want to drop the ball. Keep it there in front of our opponent.
相手が突っ込んできたらそのままでつけるぐらいの。
And you could, if you needed to, just stand forward.
で、山根流は全部腰の話なんです。前に足を出して一歩踏み切るんですけど、足を残すことだ。前に一歩踏み切るんだけども、まっすぐで踏んだら、ボールの力がなくなるので、腰を入れて、
So we're gonna keep the hip, back hip, back where it is, step through closer, and then come through.
で、今期の1、2、3点。
So we've got those 3 points of contact now. So 2 hands on the body. The ball should be kind of touching the front of your body.
で、
Back, stand up,
今度は砂をかけて後ろ
take the sand, pick it back,
で、その腰で前に。
and stand forward.
この時に雪は必ず
Twist that hand.
左腰をキープしながら。はい、今度キープします。この時は下にある手は握らない。下にある手を握ってしまうと、ボールがそれをして手を指をやられるので、必ずスライドさせるために。 そしたら、
Right. Okay, so we've got that lower hand open. So that we can leave the hips slide in the foot.
スライドさせるように。立てすぎると押されるから、打ってきたのを受けて流す。流したところで、
Whatever comes in, you're just going to slide it down.
今はコンパクトに振りながら体から離さないと。
Bring it in close to the body.
高いタッチで、
And straight down.
今度は45度に下段で、
45 degrees.
で、この時に立たない状態で前に踏み込みます。
There, step forward. There's your first strike at the 3. Again. 3.
馬とその連れを一回で出します。
Then we're going to step up, start the horse,
今度下にバン。
and start the floor.
次は下段、この時に思いっきりいきたいんです。少し後ろに振った状態からに腰の回転と体の落とし込みとなります。
Use the hips and drop body at the same time.
この状態で、次は今、右側の腰が下がってるはずなんで、
So it's your left hand's going to come up, Steve. The left hand's going to come up.
キープしたまま、
That's
手の
it.
上に収ま
Right
る
in front of you. So dropping down into this low kind of sugar
棒は
touch.
まっすぐにする。
Body straight, head straight. Oh, the ball is like right in front of your center line. Yeah.
ね、この棒は
Back, slide it back like
内
a
反
sword
筋
or
を
sheep.
使います。極力頭は上下させない状態。
Head stays same level, step across, like hanshi,
足がついたら、
hachi, as you land, hit.
で、足を出して、
Forward, cover,
ドラム缶の前を回すようにイメージして、
circle, and then up. Right, release the left hand, right comes down. Right. I'm trying this now.
ベックがイメージの話。イメージ棒は、3点棒の場合は、必先のこと、必先3分になるんですけど、叩くイメージを叩く。で、山根流は、極力、ここに3分を入れていく。3分入れて、大きくイメージを使わないで、必先3分入れて、ここで回転したいです。こういう意味です。だから、普通イメージっていうのはなくて、この3分で相手を削り取ってい イメージの使い方。
Okay, so talking about visualization, imagination training, visualization. Visualizing using the end of the bow, right? So like the last 3 inches of the bow. Kisaki sansun. So the cutting edge is only sansun. Sun is like an inch. It's a Japanese measurement, right? So about this much. So you should be imagining that you are kind of cutting and slashing with just that bit, that end, right? So you're kind of like cutting and slashing and opening up, as opposed to sort of just using it like a club. So it's much more like thinking about it as a blade, using it like a blade as opposed to using it like a blunt. So basically, you know, going back to the legacy of this being a spear, yeah, having a cutting edge, a blade on the end of it, right? So a lot of these techniques are going back to the time when it wasn't just a bow, it was a spear.
もう一つの前田先生の意見ですけど、前田先生はさっきの動画なんで、先でこれっていう言葉のコースで、力の強い人が3点で持つと、大体ここから折れるんですよ。なので自分の武器が短く、パーンって当てたときに、こっちが折れて、先と飛んでてなくなっても、ギザギザが残っている状態で抜け出す。
Or, for example, you know, if you snap off, splinter off that end, you end up with a, you know, as just happened, a sharp end, and you can immediately use that to stab it. So the feeling in the imagination is that you're hitting with the kisaki. Like that, the last 3 inches, 3 inches of the ball. That's the kind of the hitting circle. Also, even just a so Yamanidu tends to use very narrow, thin bows, so much thinner than the ones that, for example, you by default in Shurido, for example. Or, so,
Yeah.
So, if we look at, you can see that these two diameters are significantly different, right? This one is from, this is not bought, this is made, right? This is bought from the store. So, you know, the modern competition bow is the thicker one. This is more the Yamaniru style, right? Very narrow. And the reason for that is that this also then can be used for stabbing. It's narrow enough that it will go in, you say, you know, go into the cavities, particularly in the side of the body. So that's one of the other reasons why they use this thinner bow in Yamaniru.
もう打たないです。メインを抜きに使いたいんで、ここをフェイントにします。で、そしたら、もうそのまま入っていくのに、フェイントにしていく。これはもう、うちの先生のフェイントを入れて、
Okay, so we're going to practice a technique which is a fainting hit with a stab following it. So we don't actually want to make the hit. The high hit is a feint that opens up the space then to go in and stab through to the center of the body.
こういうふうに、ちっちゃい。普通の人の動きが、こういう。
Normal hit, right? It's going to go out and down. Yeah. This one, pulling it in. to make it shorter so it's starting off in the same trajectory, but it's being pulled back again. But it doesn't actually hit the time. The basic principle is that the feet are going and then the strike is coming. So the feet are going first. The feet are moving and then you're strike. That tension is being built up in the hips every time. So you're building up the energy, leaving the hip where it is, builds up the energy to then using the slide. So thinking back to what are the weaknesses or drawbacks of this style? You can't really use a very thick bow doing it this way. So, so the maniristic characteristic is the bow to be very fast and very light and kind of moving around the body constantly, right? Using the rebound and the energy around the body. They're saying you get up with a thicker, heavier bow, that becomes harder to do. The grip is you're going to need to grip it more because it's thicker and heavier, more momentum. Using the body, using the knees and the body to move the ball around the center of the body. Okay, so this will be used as a defensive strategy. So defensive strategy. So as a way to keep the opponent at range, yeah, at bay. Yeah, and then when you have an opening, either you open up through, don't go far away, then moving through and strike. Say it's like a Star Wars weapon. You want to think about this being blades at both ends, just like Star Wars, right? This is a fast whipping weapon. Yeah, think about both of these being blades. That's kind of the imagination. Okay, we're going to run the kata one more time just to get it in. Those elbows in close. Bring the right hand back. Step forward. Bring the right hand to the left and roll off the shoulder. Stand back. Cross. Right. Pin. Right. And open. Close. Right. Well. Hit the somewhere else. Put and stand. Left hand forward and up. Cover your center line. Yeah. That right one's back behind your leg. Behind your leg. There you go. Throws to go back like you're sheathing a sword. Left hand relaxed. Stand up. Step across. And you land. We have Sanch, ready for anything, ready for any move. But slowly bringing around back up to guard. Right. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Wonderful. Excellent. Really interesting kata. Very old kata. You can see it's got, it's got things in it which are, from the old world, right? The stabbing the samurai and the throwing the sand and all that kind of stuff. It's very cool. Wonderful. Steve, did you want to ask anything? Any question or anything you want to ask?
Just when he talks about cutting, how he said don't stop it. So do you just let it go like until you run out of momentum, or is there sort of a point where you do try to stop the swing?
打ち方やっぱり切り方ですね。切るようで。しかし、ここまでは切れました。だからどうやって途中でキャッチしますか？
難しい。
いや、it's difficult.
ここが見えるかな。ちょっと変わってみていいですか。自分たちでやった練習で言うと、自分の体にマーカー入れます。体のマーカーが骨盤の。
Okay, so you use like a mark on your body, position on your body to help you.
ここがマーカー。
Essentially, it's the top of your hip bone, right?
左手の収める。
Your left hand is going to come back and it's going to stop at the top of your hip bone. The side of your hip bone. If you do that, then the bow should not hit the ground, yeah, and should return naturally up again. So you establish this sort of a point of rotation, right? It's loose, it's moving loose, but it's fixed at that point in height. Yeah, so the bow rotates around that and comes back.
右手の使い方。右手がこう使うんです。
The right arm is used in a sort of this relaxed, sort of relaxed kind of throwing way. You're sort of relaxing and throwing the right arm. So that's good. You like what you're doing there. That's good. Yeah, that's good. That kind of relaxed throwing of the right arm. Trying to twist at the end when you got that extension. If you do that, your elbow will fully extend. If you do those two things, the bow will stop at that position. It won't hit the ground. Your left hand on the top of your hip bone, yeah. So maybe a little bit higher with the left hand right now. So is your hip wherever the top of your hip bone is? That should be there, yeah. Front top of your hip bone, yeah. Pelvis. And then you're going to get the natural bounce from your connecting tissue, from your ligaments, which is going to bounce the bow back, and then you want to continue and use that energy, right? That continuous movement. Yeah.
このポジションを間違えると、ここに当たるように。ここ。
If you're not getting this position right, you're going to feel it straight away because you'll be hitting yourself in the armpit or hitting yourself on the side of the body with the
ポジション
bow.
が悪いんで、こんな感じ。左でこんな感じになってます。伸びない。
So you see his hand's not quite on his hip, so he's hitting himself in the hip with the bow. Right, so he's feeling that.
なので、手をこのポジション。で、次は、帯までとした帯とのラインのこのところこのラインとこのライン。
Equivalent is equivalent to sort of the bottom of your belt, the bottom line of your obi usually.
必ず平行にするの次に帯とする。帯をラインにして自分のポジションとこのポジションを見ます。さあ
You get into that habit, and you can just move dynamically from left to right, because you're always defaulting to the same correct position.
こちらもうちょい
So
早いです。
that your left hand, I think it's your left, you're one with your watch on, yeah, your hikite right now. Yeah, you kind of want to pull that a little further back. It needs to be like right to your sides. Yeah, a little further back.
そうそうこれがもっと回転。
And your front hand more twisted, more twisting. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
ミスティ
Like you're, you know, like you're screwing a screw into using a screwdriver, right? Screwdriver.
実はバットマン当たるとき回すらしいんですよ。
Ah, so
回す。それで、受けてるみたいに、棒も同じように残ってる。
just like baseball batters, yeah. Use that twist at the end of their strike.
もし練習するとしたら、できればこう後ろに障害物がある状態、とても狭い状態を作り出して、
はい
とても狭い状態を作り出して、コンパクトに振る練習。そうすると、どんどん大きいところで大きくではなくて、ちっちゃなところで。
It's actually saying, you should practice in a very tight space. Practice very compactly, yeah. So that the bow is held very close to the body. So that practicing in a compact, almost like a telephone box practice, right, is kind of good for you.
で9尺です。こうね、8尺、9尺。6尺、1800は6尺。
はい。
で、昔の沖縄の住宅が低くて、長い棒は振れなかったそうなんです。
はい。
それをどうにかコンパクトに振るために、体を小さくして、棒で回すんでって、自分が全方向に行けるように。
So, saying that, you know, the old Okinawan houses, in fact, even the new ones, not very big, right? The doorways are about 180 centimeters high. Inside, there's not a lot of space. So, being able to use the bow in a very compact space by essentially being very agile and mobile in the way you move your body is a skill. It's very much a skill to develop. That is a core skill for this Yamaniru power generation and movement as well. Being able to do all of this inside the area of one tatami, which is essentially, you know, approximately 1 meters by 2 meters, right?
長い棒がリラックスして手がかけられるぐらいのところまで緊張していく。一番それが自分の体にある。長いのはでも自分のサイズにいてくれる。大体自分が持っている。それでも棒を持って、細い棒で回転を上げて狭いところで振るようにして。畳1両あればという感じです。後ろから人が来るんだったら、あっちから来るんだったら、体を回す。っていうぐらい。こういうぐらい。 ないところで触れるのが山の。
Okay, wonderful. We're going to finish there.
Thank you very much.